So Jalen Brunson just recently has taken a new extension, but it's a unique extension. It's not the one that we're usually used to seeing. He decided to be a team player instead of team me, right? So this new extension, basically, in a nutshell, as you see right there, is that with this extension, he basically gives up $100+ million with this new extension. Now, let me do this first. Props to Jalen Brunson. And here's why I'm going to say props to Jalen Brunson. And this is and when it happens, we need to talk about it more often, because we always talk about, you always hear people say, um, this guy took this deal, he took the max deal, and then if it doesn't work out, the first thing people say, oh, he's robbing people, oh, he's stealing and all this stuff. Why can't you sacrifice for the team? And this is what Jalen Brunson has done. He sacrificed for the team. He made it easier for New York. He sees something as far as like what New York can accomplish. Look, with the moves that they already made, with getting Bridges and the guys that they already had, on this team, they're set up to compete against the Boston Celtics and try and make a run, at the NBA Finals. And with the money that he did not take, it allows New York to go after other talent as well, to continue to have a bigger window. And we've seen New York before. We've seen New York where they're maxed out on players. They don't pay all these people, all this money, and then they have no wiggle room when they're trying to make some moves. So that's why I'm saying I give him props to Jalen Brunson, on it. He's a different type of dude and everything. I respect it. Everyone should, give him credit, for what he's done and everything. But now, here's what I want. Here's what I want going forward. If somebody messed this up and start bringing in some poo poo into the organization, I want everybody on the New York Knicks on the New York Knicks organization, because the man basically went the Brady route and everything and said, all right, I'm gonna make the sacrifice. Let's get that talent. Let's focus on winning. So it's not on Jalen anymore, because he took the pay cut for a certain reason. He didn't take the pay cut, or he didn't take the money. I'm not even going to say a pay cut. He didn't take the extra money for a reason, not to be status quo. So if there's a free agent that's hot coming off the block next year or whatever it is, or if they're trying to make a trade, that has to happen. That better happen, because Jalen has made the ultimate sacrifice. Because here's the thing also, they may hold this against him down the road. He done already took one pay cut. They may try and tell him, hey, you know what? Keep doing this. And then he's the one missing out, on the money. So I applaud him. It gives the Knicks again a bigger window to make this run. They should add extra talent, but if they do not add extra talent, this is what I want from everybody else. Don't point the finger at Jalen Brunson, because he already made a sacrifice. He already looked towards the future. I want you to start pointing at the organization and saying you failed Jalen Brunson and the rest of those guys, on it. Now, not trying to put that bad juju out there on them, but I just want to point that out, because guys don't do this too often. So applaud him for it. Maybe Jalen's like, all right, I don't need all that money and everything. Now, some of the players in the league are probably going to be upset, because they're going to be like, look, we need this thing to keep going up so we keep making money. Jalen, take that money. But hey, I respect it, man. I respect it for what he's done. So props to Jalen Brunson. There go Mo. But the pressure now is on the New York Knicks organization and their executives.
I'm disappointed in you, JB.
Go ahead. We can argue.
Disappointed in you. I'm gonna be real brief. Jalen Brunson, this is not what you do. You're not Tom Brady. You're not Pat Mahomes.
No.
I would argue that you're not top 10 in the league.
Whoa.
I would argue. You don't leave that kind of money on the table. Listen, I get it. You want to pledge allegiance to the Knicks. You don't know what they're going to do. You gambling right now. You just rolled the dice with no promise. I'm pretty sure there was nothing on paper saying that if you leave this money on the table, we're going to do X, Y, Z. Y'all didn't have that conversation. It wasn't backdoor million. I don't think they did. It don't work like you in the entertainment business. Understand that. Get the money. You don't leave that kind of money on the table. I'm sorry, you don't do that. And again, like you just said it, you took one of my points. The rest of the league is looking at you right now. You left all of this money on the table, and I mean, come on, man.
But
when you sit down in them players' union meetings, or however they get together and do that, it's gonna be a whole lot of people looking at you like a target.
But here's what Jalen.
You know how much money he left on the table, JB?
Over $100 million.
Over $100 million.
I think he could have got like 261 or something like that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So can I be
unless you have an injury or something that we don't know about, and even then, that's when you really go take the money.
Can I be Jalen Brunson for a second?
Go ahead. You got to put on one of them clown suits. Go ahead, though.
Oh wow! Hey, what,
bro?
Stop being disrespectful.
I'm not pulling punches on this one. Go ahead.
Mo, look, yeah, I took less, but I took less because now that's more money for you, sir, to come to New York. You see what we doing. You see what we did this past year with me, Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and others that was hurt. You seen what we were able to do. What do you think would have happened if we were fully healthy? There's a chance we could have been in the NBA Finals. So now I left this extra money for you to come to New York, son. I got a pair of Timbs for you, B. I got a pair of Timbs for you to wear, and we can do this thing in New York.
Listen, Jelani, I want you to answer me a question that you hadn't even addressed yet.
Okay.
Answer me this question. You left.
What's the question?
Let's say you left $160 million on the table, and that's probably about right. You left $160 million on the table.
That's a lot.
Who are you going to go out and get with that money that's going to get you past the Boston Celtics?
That's on the organization now. That's the conversation.
But who's available to go out there and get that you can pair up with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and them, that's going to put you beyond the Boston Celtics? We're not talking about getting to the finals. We're talking about winning. If I'm leaving $160 million on the table, I want a ring. Who are you going to go out there and get that's going to get you past the Boston Celtics?
Here's the one difference in the NBA versus like the NFL or maybe even another sport. I would say the NFL, not like Major League Baseball. Here's the one thing that you can do in the NBA is that, you know what? I can get another player and give you a ton of draft picks, and somebody will take it. I'll give you 4 number ones, and somebody will take it for a marquee free agent. So there's somebody that's going to want to be out of whatever team that they're playing. So they could, I mean, you asked me, I'm giving you an answer. That's an avenue. That's an avenue for them. But that's why I said, you don't think that they done talked about this. They got somebody, I don't know who it is, but they got somebody on their list that they're saying, we're going to go after and we're going to get this person. And it's different. And it's funny because I'm over here defending the Knicks like I'm a Knicks fan.
I mean, really, that's what I'm hearing.
But I'm just looking at it as far as if you look at the landscape when it comes to the New York Knicks, this is the best situation for the New York Knicks in decades.
Okay, that's great. That's lovely. As a New York Knicks fan, y'all celebrating right now. As the organization, you celebrating. But as Jalen Brunson, my mom and them looking at me like, boy, you just left $160 million on the table. You know what this could have done for us? That kind of generational wealth. For what? There's no guarantees.
But like you just said, that's the gamble. And he's willing to take the gamble. And I respect that. I can respect that. If that's the gamble that you're gonna want to take, and that's what you and that's what you want to, because here's the flip side of it, Mo. Here's the flip. You just said there's guys that know good and well they ain't worth that money, but they're not gonna turn it down. So my whole argument always is, hey, don't get mad at the player. If the organization gave him that money, then be mad at the organization for giving him the money. And the same way, if Jalen takes the discount or whatever, don't get mad at Jalen. Hey, look, he's living with his decision.
Okay.
And it seems like he seems like he gonna be all right with whatever happens.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you move on with your program. All I know is, as a Lakers fan, everybody on your program know that I'm a Lakers fan.
Yeah, that's
I just watched them miss out on countless players, right? Yeah. We didn't get Klay Thompson. We didn't get Paul George. We didn't get Miguel Bridges. And you know what I realized? There's no one left. So Jalen Brunson, you just threw 160 million to the wind. Good luck to you, brother. I applaud you for being a team first guy. And I'm sorry, I think you need to reevaluate things and go get some help. Get back to your program.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get some help. All right, but hey, great part about it again. We'll see what happens with it. I just believe that they gotta have a plan for New York.